Okay, Socializing Level 2, 3. Denny, hello.
Hey Jamie, how are you?
I'm great, thanks. And how about you?
Pretty good, thank you. Bit hungry, so...
Oh, okay. We'll keep this short.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Today, we're going to describe different types of social activities, discuss character and how different social situations make you feel, describe social skills and your abilities, and compare past social habits to those of now. Sounds good?
Yeah, sounds good.
That's great. Now, do you consider yourself to be a sociable person, Denny?
I would say that I am a sociable person, but I'm a very private person. So when it comes to meeting people, it's not a problem. But in my free time, I really enjoy being alone.
I see.
So how about you?
I think that I'm a very sociable person.
Yeah.
I do not like my own company. I try to avoid being alone as much as possible. And if I do not spend time around other people in a social setting at least once a week, I kind of get bored, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're very... Yeah, you sound very extroverted.
I don't know. I suppose maybe I am. I never really thought about it, but I do spend a fair bit of time out with friends. Yeah. So for me, it is actually very important to have a good and rather healthy social life. How about you?
Yeah, it's very important. I think I'm a very introverted person, very communicative, but I like to be alone. But having a good social network and support network of friends is really, really important for your mental health as well. So when I say that I'm a very private person, that's true, but I also value my friendships very deeply. It's very, very important for everyone, I think.
For everyone, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Are there any kind of like social activities that you really love to do, or any that you really, really hate?
There's nothing in particular that I like so much, but I do enjoy just sitting down and I guess debating with my friends. I like to talk about really deep topics, so we get into things like philosophy, politics, geopolitics, economics and stuff. Things that I dislike, I'm not a fan of small talk. I don't like it when people talk to me about really simple things. It doesn't engage me whatsoever. So that's probably why I don't have that many friends.
It is a beautiful day today, though.
Yeah. Next question. So how about you? Are there any kinds of social activities that you particularly like or dislike?
I often go out for a drink. I don't really need to go out with other people. If I've been in Fukuoka so long that if I go out, I always meet people I know.
Right.
So that's my thing. It's always been my thing, really. So I spend a lot of time in the pub. That's where I do my socializing, just like any other Brit, really. An Australian lady told me one time that she'd lived in the UK and she hated it because the sunshine was in the pub, which I thought was a really good description of the UK.
That is a pretty interesting saying, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. The sunshine's in the pub, and she's kind of right. So I think I've inherited that kind of DNA. Dislike, I'm awful informal at formal occasions. I go to pieces.
Right.
I don't know what to say. I don't trust myself to act accordingly because I don't really know what to do. So I get nervous. I get nervous before things like weddings, other people's weddings. I messed up at my brother's wedding. I said something stupid that upset my mum, even though it was a family wedding. I still felt nervous. Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what traits do you think are you need to be like a good socializer?
It depends on what kind of socializer you want to be. So, for example, if you want to make a lot of friends, being very forward and learning to ask open questions is really important. Because closed questions like, are you hungry? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. It's not interesting. But I think the most important thing is to be a good listener. And a lot of people don't learn how to listen properly with things. And when I studied counseling, I really sharpened that skill a lot, and it helped me socialize a lot, actually. So being a really good listener is really, really important. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree. You need to have some conversational skills for sure. I think that that's never been a problem for me. It helps if you have a sense of humor.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. I agree with that.
And I would go with like if you're open-minded as well, it's much easier to get to know a lot of people than the opposite would be. Yeah. So I think those are pretty important. And I don't know. Do you use technology to socialize? I do not, because I just don't.
Yeah, I think that's a generational difference. I use a lot of technology. I communicate with my close friends almost daily with online tools. We play games together, and I've met people online as well. So I've used it very often, but I am very, very critical of technology because I think if we use too much of it, it destroys our social skills. Mm-hmm. We need to be around people. So a very careful balance needs to be made there with technology.
Yeah, I think so. I see it with my kids, and they spend a lot of time. They spend a lot of time online talking to each other, but they seem to have incredible trouble organizing a get-together. These kids now, they don't. For half of them, it seems like they just can't be bothered to actually get together anymore. And that's something that I find little bit sort of worrying. I think that when I was younger, people's social skills were better. We were a little bit maybe tougher. We were able to take criticism, and we were able to figure things out between ourselves without escalation that can happen online really quickly. I think our social skills have changed that way because of that.
I agree. When I was younger, in my early 20s, I was almost always online and playing a lot of games, and my social skills were not that great. And I thought it was because I just wasn't good at socializing, but it wasn't that. It was just that I didn't go out and learn how to socialize. It's a skill. And when I moved to Japan and I started talking to people, I really developed that, and I realized I actually have quite a talent for socializing. I know how to communicate very well. So yeah, I agree. Kids, their social skills are not great nowadays. They don't seem to understand that certain words are bad to use, and they're very sensitive when it comes to things said to them as well.
Yeah, I do see that.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a bit of a gap in social skill, or a difference in social skills nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Denny, I think we better wrap it up here. This is becoming a really long video. So thank you very much for your time. It's very nice talking to you.
Yeah, no worries. Pleasure.
And for everybody who's watching, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.
See ya. Bye-bye.